Hey Gemini, welcome to your July 2024 weekly reading. It's going to be your reading from July 8th until the 14th. I hope you're all doing well. I did break down this week astrologically. I did a horoscope about what's going on this week in regards to the astrology. I'll put that link down below in the comments if you're interested. I would definitely check it out. There's a lot of energy going on this week, a lot of changes and shifts in energy. Also too, I did decide to put the personal readings back on sale, and I'll talk about that as I pull cards. So if you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. If you click that link, it'll take you straight to my website. Let's take a look here, Gemini. What's going on here? I definitely feel like you're trying to really reformulate things here. Temperance is my card, which is in your current energy, by the way. Temperance is the card, or my card, of taking what is useful and discarding what is not, and tailoring things and perfecting things in a way that is harmonious for you, or that resonates with you. And it's also a card where it's like we're accessing the higher mind and we're trying to evolve. We're also trying to heal. We're trying to become better. We're trying to become greater. And I think that's also something that's going on with you this week. And, you know, this week we will have like Venus sextile Uranus, the Sun trine Saturn. So there is this energy of us really wanting to like really get serious about what we want to transform in our lives, like how we want to make things greater in our lives. And I think you've had enough. Five of Swords is one of the cards here for the overall energy. It's like you're realizing what's a waste of time and what's worth your time here. And so you're disconnecting from things that are no longer in alignment. And then you're connecting to the things here I'm seeing this week to where it's like, yeah, it is fun, right? Four of Wands. This is something I enjoy. This is something that empowers me. This is something that I like. And that in and of itself is helping you get clear with the World card about your long-term goals, about the things that you're trying to accomplish and how you want to go about doing it, with the World card being here. So you're entering into, and I hate saying that word, like entering into a new chapter, but it's like because you may still be on the same fucking chapter, right? But you could be writing a new chapter too. It's like you're tweaking things, right? You're realizing, all right, in order for me to really grow and evolve and on my journey and in my destiny and in my life, like there's certain things that I have to disconnect from and things that I need to connect more to, with this Four of Wands being here, Five of Swords, the World. So let's pull the rest of your cards here, Gemini. The advice here is the Sun card, which is optimism. And almost in a way, you know, Five of Swords can be like our defeats, our failures, to where things didn't go our way. And that can bring an energy of bitterness and resentment, or it can inspire us to become greater, right? And that Sun card being here, like if you faced any setbacks, failures, defeats, and you could be beating yourself up about it, or taking out on other people, or just being angry in general, you have another moment of opportunity here to shift. You have an opportunity here to shift here. The Sun card, as the advice is saying, it's all about your attitude, right? And if you can be optimistic, be confident, be positive, right? Because that Star card being in the challenge, you know, you may feel a little bit disconnected here. Like you may feel like you're not in full alignment with the things that would make you happy. And you may be kind of looking for them externally. Or maybe you're not feeling as inspired. But the Sun card is saying, like, that's okay. Like, oh, I see something that's coming out here that I'm gonna have to touch base on. But that's okay, right? Like, but it's about your attitude toward the situation, right? I'm not saying you have a bad attitude, whatever the case might be. I'm saying that we're human, and that whenever we go through shit, we can become pessimistic. And the Sun card is just wanting you to be optimistic here. These two cards remind me, you know, the Star card is Aquarius, the Sun card points to the archetype of Leo. And this week with the astrology, I think it's July 10th. Fly. Or July 11th, one of those days. Venus is going to come into Leo, and it's going to oppose Pluto in Aquarius. And that's the correlation that I'm picking up here. And, you know, the challenge is kind of like your place in the world, or how you want to be a part of the world, how you really want to, what you really want to connect to, right? That reinvigorates your world, that reinvigorates things, that brings an energy of inspiration, brings an energy of meaning and connection. And you could be feeling that disconnect. But with the Temperance card, it's like you're understanding, okay, I'm in the process of reformulating things. And I think you're getting creative here, and you're thinking outside the box here also with the Temperance about what you can do to help bring yourself more into alignment with the things here that would make you happy. And so the Sun card could also just be to embody that as well, right? To just embody it. And the next thing you know, it becomes like your norm. You have the Knight of Swords in the future position. Definitely feel like there's something fast happening here. It could be even around communication. You're definitely taking very decisive action on something, and we'll see what that is when I clarify. You do have the Ten of Cups here in the outcome, which does point to a happy outcome, right? It's very clear, right? Ten of Cups is a spiritual and emotional fulfillment when it comes to the completion of something. So I do see you here in your outcome position, like feeling happy, feeling joyful. And sometimes the Ten of Cups too can represent to where if things look dim and gray on the external, by us actually showing up and being positive and being happy and being emotionally loving or being positive, being happy, being that light for other people, or bringing the light, it's like you start to light up everything else that's in your environment. And that's what you may think I'm crazy, but I feel like that is the energy that is happening here. And it's like your environment and your world here is starting to look more brighter. It has a deeper sense of meaning, connection, and richness here, because it's like you're going through this formulation process of like taking what is useful, discarding what is not, understanding what it is that you like, understanding what it is that you want to create, where your direction is that you're trying to go with your life, and the things that you're trying to build in the long term. And it's like you're taking action. Knight of Swords is like being busy, right? Busy in a good way though, like being busy as in regards to like being productive. So I think this is all paying off for you. It's like the more you sit idle with something, it's like like your situation doesn't change, but it's like and I think you're realizing that. So it's like you're being engaged with everything that you're doing, and that's helping you really advance forward and brightening up your world. You have the Eight of Wands in the position of something you're unaware of here. I feel like there's a burst of optimism here in this read. You go from the Eight of Wands to Sun card, Ten of Wands, like in this row, and this all represents like these incremental movements of momentum of happiness and joy. And so this Eight of Wands being here is also my card of the height of ambition. Like, allow yourself to be ambitious. Aim at what you really want. Sometimes fear can get in the way of like, oh, but I've had failures before, I have defeats before, what's to say it won't happen again? Right? That's the pessimistic way of looking at it. The Sun card is like, all right, I'll learn, right, with the Temperance being here, how I can get better, how I can improve, and I'll make the adjustments. You pulled this Gemini card, you pulled your own card. It says cross-pollinate here. So, yeah, Gemini, you pulled your own card. And Gemini, you really, Aquarius gets called the inventor, but so is Gemini, right? Because Gemini, you have the ability to connect ideas, to connect patterns, and to formulate newer ways of understanding and get clear, factual data, right? And I think that's something that you're doing this week. You pulled this Dream Thief card. It says refusal of the call. Taurus just pulled this card, so if you have Taurus in your chart, I would watch the Taurus read. It's about the call to adventure, right? And also too, this card can show up in a read, like if we've experienced like setbacks or failures, Five of Swords, or we're feeling like a failure or a loser or whatever the case might be, and so we stop ourselves from going for what it is that we want because we just feel like we're not going to get it. But that's the refusal of the call. And I think this is the week to where you're like realizing like, no, I'm going to get back up on the horse, or no, I'm going to keep moving forward and actually like pursue the things that make me happy, right? The Sun card. You have this choices and decision, and it says triangle here. I think you have some choices to make this week. So I think you're getting more decisive and clear with that Knight of Swords, and you're starting to make these choices, better choices here. Or more choices that are more in alignment with your truth and what it is that you're trying to do. Let's clarify your reading, Gemini. Clarify the Four of Wands, the World, and the Five of Swords. pulled the Judgment, the Four of Pentacles, and you pulled the Devil, Five of Swords. Yeah, the Devil with the Five of Swords. Devil represents anything that binds us to something that makes us feel restricted. Sorry. Five of Swords is when you're ready to set yourself free, right? The Devil card can be negative beliefs, old toxic patterns, old behaviors that are keeping you stuck, or just situations and stuff in which you know you have control over. But sometimes we feel like we don't, but we do. It's just like we just have to make changes. The Five of Swords being here, it's like you're breaking free from those changes and making the changes. And the Four of Pentacles in the World card is about discipline and structure. I think you're becoming very structured and coming up with a game plan and becoming very, because this week the Sun will trine Saturn. So this is this energy, the World and the Four of Pentacles, right? The World is actually the archetype of Saturn. And so there is this energy of like you getting back on your path, you getting things in order here, and coming up with clear ways here on how you can achieve your goal. You have the Judgment, Four of Wands, and so if you've been looking for a decision with this Judgment, I definitely feel like this decision is something that you'll be happy with here. Also the Judgment here, Four of Pentacles, the Devil. It's like, all right, what are the structures in which I need to release, and what are the structures I need to implement, and stepping fully into it, the Judgment, making a decision here to step into transformation, to transform things. Clarify the Temperance, the Star, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, you pulled that Two of Swords and the Knight of Swords in the future position. Two of Swords, like when we can be on the fence for too long, it's almost like we're in indecision. You did pull this indecision card over here, but you're making you're getting more decisive, right? And you're making choices that are in alignment here with what you're trying to achieve, not choices that are in alignment with the things that you've been doing that aren't getting you what it is that you want, you know. So, and just being on the fence too, like, and if you're dealing with a situation to where there's a stalemate, Two of Swords, you can expect things with the Knight of Swords to start to move forward. Ace of Swords and the Star card being in the challenge at this time, you're trying to find that idea, Gemini. It's like you're trying to find that intention. Like the Ace of Swords is like when we find an intention, or we find like a thought, or we find like that understanding that gives us our North Star, that allows us to be able to navigate. And so the Ace of Swords is your intentions, and the Star card is the reason why. I think you're searching for that deeper sense of a reason why, so that because think about it, like it's like if we have a very strong, compelling purpose behind what we're doing, like that allows us to stay focused. That allows us to be able to really commit to the things that we need to commit to in order for us to make effective change, or to create effective change. And I think you're very ready for that Queen of Cups and the Temperance being here in your current energy, right? It's like you're doing the healing, you're doing the adjusting, right? You're reformulating things, you're understanding, okay, what is it that I need for myself in order for me to feel comfortable, to feel secure, to feel like I'm getting my emotional needs. And so you're coming up with this whole new way of being, especially with the Sun card as the advice, because the Sun represents being, right? Our being. Clarify the Eight of Wands, the Sun, and the Ten of Cups here. You pull the King of Wands, you pull the Nine of Wands, yeah, and you pull the Tower. You can expect unexpected happiness too, right? The Tower is sudden breakthroughs, right? When we finally have broken out of the structure, or broken out of a plateau, or broken out of like the self-imposed prison of a situation in which we created, or the world created, or whatever. But I think you'll be happy because it's like you're finally liberated from these chains. The Devil card being up here, Five of Swords, that has kept you stuck, and now you're finding a whole way of being and understanding, and which is making you happy. You have the Sun card, Nine of Wands as the advice here. The Sun card, like I said, it's like attitude, having a positive attitude. Nine of Wands is like when we face adversity and our beliefs are being challenged, we can either falter to pessimism, or we can still remain optimistic, right? Of course, you can be real too, right? Have realism, right? Have a sense of realism, right? But I think more so in your situation is like you need. I almost pick up Gemini. It's like to be more positive here, to be more confident, to be more sure, right? Because I think things. It's in the Nine of Wands, Five of Swords energy, Devil card can be it's the story we're telling ourselves about our defeats, about our failures, about why we're stuck, or about what's going on that is restricting us. And the Nine of Wands is like, oh, I just feel tired. I feel like I just want to give up. Like nothing's working. And then like you tell yourself all these stories, right? Myself included, right? Right, we're all human. So the Sun card is like saying, it's the Nine of Wands. It's like just, there's adversity, right? There's resistance, Nine of Wands, but the Sun card is saying like, just trust the process. Trust the process and be optimistic as much as you can. Have a good attitude, because it's all about your attitude. Clarify the King of Wands, or clarify the Eight of Wands. You did pull the King of Wands in the position of something you're unaware of. You have a lot of ambition, right? And you're also a visionary. A lot of you are visionaries. King of Wands is a visionary, very great entrepreneur. Can see far into the future, is very confident, has things in order, and understands how to get what it is that he wants. And like you have this temperament within inside yourself. The Eight of Wands is saying unleash it. And almost too, like some of you, if you've been kind of dealing with something that has, or maybe you're kind of expecting something to be harder than what it's going to, than what it is. It's like, I feel like it's actually, when you do it, you're like, oh, that wasn't that hard. Like the Ten of Cups at the Tower. It's like, oh, that wasn't that hard. I get it. Like, like you get what it is that you want, and you're like, that wasn't that hard. So that's what I got for you, Gemini. I'm gonna leave your reading here. I appreciate you for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me, I'd love to do a personal reading for you. Any question you have, I'll answer. The readings are on sale. If you go to the description and you click the link, the website, it'll take you to my website, and then you'll see that all 3 readings are on sale. I offer standard reads like this one in a way. I also offer mini reads, and I also tarot and astrology reads, to where I do a tarot spread, and I also look at the astrology using your natal chart and the current transits to give you a deeper look into your situation, answer any questions you have, or give you any guidance that you're looking for. So that's what I got for you, Gemini. I'm gonna leave your reading here. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and otherwise than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'm wishing you the best, and I'll see you later.